What's up, team? It's David, your head coach at Cliffhanger Academy, coming to you with another mobilization. So this is going to be a joint mobilization for the wrist and the elbow. So this is a great series of mobilizations that you can do if you have any issues with your wrist, your elbow, or your shoulder. Basically the kinematics or the joint movement of how these things move. And how would you know that? Well, you're going to have compromised movement or you're going to have pain. So this is a really awesome drill that you can do using a band in order to warm your joints up. So what you're gonna do, team, is you're gonna start off with, I think this is about a 1-inch band. This one, I prefer the Perform Better bands. There's a lot of different bands out there. These Perform Better bands, one, they're made in the USA, but two, they're also really sturdy and they're gonna last a lot longer than some of the cheaper ones on Amazon. So what you're gonna do, team, for this one, you're gonna put this band around the wrist, and what you're looking for is there's a little process here on your wrist that sticks out. You're trying to get it just under that. So you're gonna get it just under that process in the wrist. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna come out to a place where you can definitely feel this pulling back on you. So I just did a little girth hitch onto a immovable object behind me. And now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do some mobilization, just stretching out the wrist. But what I'm doing is I'm actually using this band to pull the bones into place. And so what's going on there is, you gotta remember, there's about 7 or 8 bones in the wrist. There's these really tiny little bones that are pretty much smaller than your pinky finger in that little tiny area. And you got a lot of stuff going on through there. So in the wrist, you gotta think of, you have muscle, you have fascial tissue, you have nerves, you have blood vessels, you have tendons, you have ligaments, you have all this stuff going through that area of this little tiny area in the wrist. So you want to make sure that you're taking care of those things, and no wonder we have a lot of problems with these. So you're going to come into this position. You come into kind of like a cat-cow position. Try to get your hips and your knee aligned, your wrist, elbow, shoulder aligned. And then you're going to come here, you're going to inhale, you're going to exhale forward. You're gonna inhale, and you're gonna exhale forward as far as you can. Now for me, I feel the stretch coming down in the forearm flexors particularly. And it feels really good. And what I'm doing is kind of trying to reset my wrist. So if you've had any problems with, we talk about getting our tennis elbow or our golfer's elbow or climbing elbow, basically lateral and medial epicondylitis, dealing with inflammation of the condyles in the elbow. This is a great one for you to do. So I do team about maybe 10 to 20 of these, really simple. Inhaling here, exhaling forward, inhale here, exhale forward, inhale here, exhale forward. And when you exhale forward, you want to get to a point where your hand is not coming off of the ground. If your hand comes off the ground, you've gone a little bit too far in this joint mobilization. Again, team, make sure the big thing to think about is make sure that bony process right there, the band is right below that bony process. Make sure the band is thin enough to be able to get under there. So maybe about a 1-inch band, no bigger than that. And make sure it's the right tension for you. I like the red one to do this. This is a great one, team. Remember, if you got anything going on your wrist, your elbow, or your shoulder, they're all connected in the kinetic chain. So you really want to get this as a great joint mobilization warm up for the wrist.